Hello, this is a video about a tool for the Semantic Web. If you don't know already what Semantic Web is, there are some hyperlinks nearby. Semantic Web is bound to replace large parts of the information technology stack like relational databases and object-oriented techniques. And suppose you already know what is Semantic Web and you look for a tool that is a textual graphical interface. This is here. This is EulerGUI. It comes in two versions, a full version with also a framework for building Java applications, and EulerGUI Minimal, which just has features to explore the semantic web and navigate, and just one rule inference engine. Here is the EulerGUI application. On the left you have some buttons to enter N3 file, anything from internet URL, an N3 query, RDF or all file, local file, or a Sparkle query. In the tool menu there are some goodies that I'll explain later. And on the right there is a rule engine that we will see later also. Now we want to use this tool to edit a fourth personal profile in N3 dialect. N3 is similar to RDF, but it's more human readable and more easy to write also. So let's create a new N3 file in the project. The file is pre-populated with several prefixes with their associated URIs. So in between there is fourth, but suppose we don't have that. We just know that there is something that is called fourth, and in fact we know also that there is a class that is called person. So let's enter a person that is fourth, and here this prefix is undeclared. So let's save this anyway and save again, and then it will check the syntax, and what happens is that it has queried a nice site that is called prefix.cc, which is a web service and a collaborative website where prefixes for ontologies are stored. So there it found the prefix for fourth. Okay, so now we have the prefix and we want to get the ontology also. Then we can click on add referred ontologies to current project, but it tells us that we didn't save. Then it has checked again, and here now everything is okay. So let's click again here. So it goes on internet to get this definition of fourth. So let's open it by clicking on the button. So we have a fourth that has been translated on the fly in N3. So we have properties and classes. For instance, founded by, we see that it has domain all thing, which means it can be applied to anything. and range also all thing. For image like IMG, it has domain fourth person and range fourth image. Plus we see comment and label and other stuff as well. So now we can add things, but we want to know more about the ontology, so we can click on this, which will show us a tree view of the ontology, which is not original. Protégé does the same also, but here we have also the properties associated to each class. For instance, for person, if we put the mouse on person, we see that it has several properties like past project, knows, current project, first and last name, and so on. So we know that there is something called current project, so we can enter it. Let's go back to our own file, and here we just add fourth dot current project. And my current project is EulerGUI. So here it is. We will not enter the whole fourth profile. By the way, I remind you that fourth means friend of a friend, because my fourth profile is already on the net. So let's go and see it by this button. I must type the complete name. So here it is. In EulerGUI, everything is translated on the fly into N3, even if from the source it was RDF. Like here, originally on the net, because it is the W3C standard is RDF, it was in RDF. So if we click on original, we see the original version that was actually downloaded. We can change the syntax to be XML. So here it is, my fourth profile on the internet. But it's not very human readable, and here is the same fourth profile in N3. So it's much shorter and much more human readable. In particular, there is a list of the people I know. Some are given by URIs and some just by their name. So what can we do also with EulerGUI? We can make queries. For instance, suppose we want to know everything having a character string in their label and comments, RDFS label and comment. So we add to the project a query. And we edit it. So I have it all ready. Now I can paste it. So what does it say? It says that we are looking for the triples xp1s, where S contains internet, and then we take all the triples starting with S, and this is exactly what we output, xpo. So let's save this, and also the namespaces will be completed. Let's save again. So it just added the namespace for string, which is a namespace for CWM built-ins. So now we must save again, and we can launch the rule engine. We activate this one, and we can deactivate the rest, but it's not important. So we click here on the icon for the Euler Prolog engine. In fact, we see that the result is empty. There are only prefixes, which we could already see by looking in the editor. If we look for internet, we see nothing. Now we can try another more complex query. We want to find classes not having any property P whose domain is themselves. So let's edit the query. We can comment this. And paste another one. So this is indeed more complex, and it says that we are looking for classes C and having a label L, and we output this triple with C and L. Now this line here shows us built-in find all that is same name as a Prolog built-in, and it has a list of three things. The second thing is a graph with variables that represent what we want to find. The first element in the list is what we want to find, and the last element in the list is the list of the results that were found. In this case, we enforce that the result is empty. So again, we will find the classes not having any properties with this class C in the domain. So let's run the query. We must save. So here again it has found the missing prefixes. We must save again after the prefixes have been found. So we see that we found indeed about 8 classes having no associated properties. So it's mainly the accounts on internet. So this ends the demonstration. There are a lot of things that we can do other things we can do with EulerGUI, for instance, Sparkle queries, and also there is the full EulerGUI with a stateful rule engine built on top of the rules, which allows to have some Java application builds on top of business rules, and there will be other demonstration for this.